Hello and welcome to day one of the 2019 edition of the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair at the Keystone Centre here in Brandon, Manitoba. We are looking forward to a fantastic week for this year's Royal. There's so much entertainment for the entire family to enjoy, so please come and join us at the fair. We've got world-class show jumping, cattle shows, the trade show, an unbelievable lineup of entertainers, our amazing Ag Education Center and petting farm, and that's just to highlight a few of the many things that will be happening all week long. And they all take place right here under one roof. This is our first show from the Royal on WCGtv, and we are going to be previewing barrel racing and introduce you to some trick riders. We'll get up close and personal with some gentle giants, and there's a new addition to the Royal, and we'll introduce you to those furry friends a little later on in our program. So whether you come for the entertainers, the show jumping, or the fabulous fair food, there truly is something here for everyone. And speaking of food, the fair got off to a great start with the annual sunrise breakfast. So, let's get cooking. I'm here with Ron Christensen at the sunrise breakfast this morning. Ron, what is happening with the money raised here? I hear it's going to Samaritan House.
Well, we take donations of canned goods and that type of thing for Samaritan House, and any of the prepared food that is not used up by the end of the breakfast, we'll take to the Helping Hands today. So happy to support those two organizations. The money collected actually helps fund our agriculture education programs at the fair. So it's a piece of our fairs that we're proud to support all through the community and do things for people everywhere we can. It's bacon and eggs and sausages and all of that, so and scones, but we have $5 gets you into the breakfast and all day at the fair. So we've got a great group of sponsors led by Sunrise Credit Union that help us put this event on, bring people out to kick off the fair in style and have everything roll great through the first day of an incredible week here in Brandon.
That's great to hear. And what is your number one pick for what's here at the breakfast this morning?
I'm a big fan of the sausages and the bacon. So that's what I like, and coffee. It's early morning, so coffee is a critical element to almost everybody that works at the fair.
Right on. Did you find it was worth it being up this early this morning? Did you have any trouble there?
No, absolutely love getting up, coming to the fair. For those of us that work putting on the fair, it's all about the people that come the first day, come the week. So when we open the doors and see those first smiling faces, people are excited to come to the fair. It makes all the hard work that we've put in really rewarding.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Thank you so much, Ron.
Anytime.
As always, a great time at the Sunrise Breakfast. Thanks to all the volunteers who make it happen. The fair can't happen without the support of all of the sponsors, and today's sponsor of the day is the Brandon Wheat Kings. I'm here with Rick for the Brandon Wheat Kings here at the fair. Rick, can you tell us a little bit about why it's important for the Brandon Wheat Kings to support an event like the fair here in Brandon?
Well, I think everybody would agree, and you can see them coming in the building tonight. I think the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair is a staple in this province and in this city. And it's so much bigger than just the city of Brandon. It's basically all of Manitoba, all of Western Manitoba. And I think the hockey club would like to be seen as the same, basically representing all of Western Manitoba. And it's important for us to support other major events within the city, like the Brier, like the World Championships, like the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair, and that's one of the reasons that we're involved.
Right on. That's really good to hear. Well, thank you so much. Kickoff day is always a busy day, and the fun has just begun. Coming up shortly on in our program, we will get to meet some true stars of this event. The gentle giants who always wow our crowds. The heavy horses are in the main arena for both the day and evening performances, so you won't want to miss that. But first, we want to introduce you to today's feature nonprofit organization, the Royal Canadian Legion Branch number 3, from right here in Brandon. I'm here with Gary Andrews at the Royal with the Royal Canadian Legion. Why do you think it's important for people to support events like the fair here in Brandon?
Support the fair. While you're supporting the fair, you're supporting the whole community. You're coming out, you're supporting the whole community of Brandon. It gets people out and about to see what, they bring all these nice horses in and everything else, and it's a grand week that if you don't come to it, you're sure missing out, let me tell you.
What about the Legion is important to be having that at the fair?
Well, the Legion, we're the largest veterans organization in Canada. We've been operating for over 90 years. It helps our vets. We help the vets from World War I. We help the vets from World War II. We have new vets that are still out here from Afghanistan, and we're close to Camp Shiloh. So it's supporting our veterans. We do whatever we can because there's a lot of times before they can get help. There's a transition in there where it takes a while before the other ones cut in. So we try and help them out whatever we can. We would run our Poppy campaign, which is huge come November. And we give back into the community, into the homes to help veterans with specialized equipment. Last year we gave over $40,000 back into the community from the Poppy campaign.
Wow, that's amazing. That's real good to hear. Thank you so much, Gary.
But it's the citizens of Brandon and the surrounding area that support this so well that we can give back to our veterans that give us the freedom that we have today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks again to the nonprofit organizations who are here to get their message out to all our community members. Now we move on to our first truly agricultural segment. The heavy horses are a huge part of the fair tradition. This year makes it 137 years. It takes a lot of work to get the heavies ready to show, day or night. Let's meet Zephyrin LaRiviere and his Belgians. I'm here with Zephyrin with the heavy horses. Zephyrin, can you talk with us a little bit about the sort of preparation that goes into the heavy horses?
Well, every day we wake up and we feed them morning, noon, and night. And part of their daily routine is they get groomed and we hook them up to our wagon and drive them.
Right on. So the heavy horses have always been a big part of the fair. Can you talk a little bit about what they bring to the fair that's unique?
I believe they bring back some of our old heritage. For us, we like handling them and training them and then bringing them here and showing and competing.
Can you go a little bit more into the dedication there is for taking care of the heavy horses?
Oh, well, it's every day, 7 days a week. We can never not wake up or not feed them. My kids and my wife and I, we have 4 kids and a wife, and we look after them every day.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. We just saw the heavy horses just a few minutes ago, and they really are the true meaning of horsepower. But they certainly don't move as quickly as our horses in our next segment. We'll see some flying lead changes, pounding hooves, and do some turning and burning down in the dirt. Let's check out this year's Ladies Barrel Racing. I'm here with Kathy for barrel racing at the Royal. So, Kathy, can you tell us just a little bit about what it is you enjoy about barrel racing?
All the friends and the people that we hang around with, and just the big facility. I come all the way from Thunder Bay, so Ontario, just to get out and be in an indoor arena and see the big stands.
Wow, that's quite a ways. Well, thank you so much for coming out here. Can you tell us how long have you been barrel racing?
Well, I've been riding since I was about 11 years old, and I did a lot of gymkhana and barrel racing when I was younger. Then I went into pleasure horses, and then I decided before I got too old, I better get back into the barrel racing again. And so I started that again when I was about 40.
Awesome. And what can you tell us about this guy here? What's his name?
This is Kit's Hemp. He was born and raised out in, actually he was born in Saskatchewan, and there's a girl by the name of Christine King who raised him, and I bought him from a friend out in Saskatchewan. that, and she only had him a year, and then I've had him, and he's been great. He's a stallion. He's got a lot of babies around. He's been good for my comeback horse, I guess you could say. I had a knee replacement last year, so he looks after me.
Well, that's very cool. What would you say that, what does barrel racing bring to the fair, you think, that's unique about it?
Excitement, a different, like, I don't know if a lot of people realize, but we put a lot of money into these horses and time, and they're worth a lot. And it's really nice to see, like, to get the public out to see that there's other things than jumping, and these horses, they have to be well broke to run a pattern properly, and they have to be a partner with the person riding them. So I hope I touched a few things there that.
No, yeah, absolutely. Can you talk a little bit more about the partnership between the rider and the horse a little bit?
Sure. In order to be really good at barrel racing and have a good horse that listens to you, you have to ride a lot. And they have to be trained so that they understand that when you put a leg into them, that they're going to bend, or you're going to pick up their face, they're going to give to you. A lot of people think it's just about running around a barrel. It's not. There's a lot that goes into training a horse into barrel racing, and we take a lot of clinics. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Elaine Hyde. Well, she was one of the top barrel racers at your fair for many years, and she puts on clinics all over Canada, and she teaches a lot of kids and has brought probably most of the people up that are out there running. And she's an advocate, I guess you could say. But these people that, you've got to go out there. You have to do your homework. Horse is running pretty fast, and one slip and you can fall or hit a barrel. So you don't want to hit a barrel. So, and when you go 20, it takes me 10 hours to get here. So if I come 10 hours, I'm sure going to make sure that my horse doesn't hit a barrel. Because you're only running for maybe 14 seconds, 15 seconds. So a lot goes into it to get that 15-second run, or 14.4, or in that arena anyway, because that's a small arena, so your time isn't going to be like a 18 or nothing.
Right.
So.
Wow. Well, that's incredible. Thank you so much for coming out here and for putting in all that effort and coming all this way.
I've been here for, 4 years, 5 years now, maybe. I've been coming out here, so.
Wow.
And I really enjoy it. I love coming to the fair and seeing all the vendors and the different horses, the hackneys and the draft and the jumpers. So.
Well, that's amazing.
Well,
Thank you
fun.
so much.
Thanks.
There are all kinds of horses here at the fair this year. Heavy horses, gypsy horses, and of course there is a beautiful winning horse here at the Royal this year. I had the chance to chat with the owner of Empress, and she told us what makes him such a special animal. I'm here with Prue Critchley, the owner of Empress here. So tell us a little bit about Empress.
Empress was born in Poland. He lived in the Netherlands for a few years. He was exported to the States, and I bought him in 2011 and brought him up from the States.
Right on. And so can you walk us through a little bit of what makes a horse like Empress so important?
He's got fabulous bloodlines, so that's really important. He's extremely versatile. He's done a lot of showing. He's excelled in all sorts of different events. He's very special, and fabulous. National champion. Yeah. So he's done a lot. He's done a lot of good work, and he has got incredible bloodlines.
Awesome. And so how do they go about tracking all that, going through all the bloodlines? Do you know?
Well, all the pedigrees are noted. Like across the world, everybody has their registry, and the pedigrees are noted, the mare and the sire.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks
This
very
is
much
awesome.
for visiting us.
The Thriller Trick Riders are acrobats on horseback. I have no idea how they do what they do. They will be in the main arena for each evening performance, so make sure you catch this amazing act. Let's meet the Thriller Trick Riders.
Hi, Rick Thompson here with the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair, and we're going to be interviewing two beautiful girls here. Unbelievable. They're going to be showing you trick riding in the main arena, and down in the Westoba Ag Arena, they've got all kinds of fun things going on, and you won't believe they can stay on this horse when they go riding around that particular ring. It's unbelievable, I got to tell you. They're the Thriller Trick Riders, and on my right here is Shelby, and we're going to be talking to her first, then over to Keely to find out exactly what she's going to tell us all about trick riding. So a little bit of insight into trick riding. How long have you been involved with this?
Well, I have been trick riding for 13 years.
Okay.
I got started when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
I always wanted to trick ride ever since I was a little girl, and when I got my first lesson, I was just hooked.
So when you say trick riding, you see a lot of riders, but they don't really do tricks. How did it captivate you? What did you see when you saw that trick rider that made you want to become one?
I honestly can't tell you.
Okay. Good answer.
My mom tells me the story.
Okay.
When I was 3 years old, my dad had brought home a promo video of trick riders.
Okay.
And she said I watched it, and that's all I would watch
Amazing.
for weeks and weeks. And then I started trick riding on my rocking horses,
Yeah.
and I've just slowly moved up from there.
Okay. Away from the wooden one to the four-legged one, and
Exactly.
away you
Yeah.
go, and you've done well ever since.
Yeah.
So when you compete, how long have you been competing? You said riding 13, but competing?
I've been performing for about 7 years for live audiences,
Okay.
and I've been doing competitions since 2014.
You're really well versed in the occupation, I can tell.
I've kind of been there, done that, a lot of stuff, yeah.
Good for you. And your horse? How long have you two been together?
Well, I've only had Mr. Leahy for about 2 years now.
Okay.
He took to trick riding really, really, really fast.
Mhm.
He kind of been there, done that horse when I bought him, and I just started doing tricks on him, and not much bothers him. He's a pretty mellow guy.
I can tell. Tractors going around here, people and everything, and he just kind of hangs in there. So, obviously, he's got to know you pretty well. So
Yeah,
he,
yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
So when you get going around the ring, is there? How does he know? Like you pull. What goes on there with you on when you're up in the saddle?
He kind of knows.
Okay.
He knows to stand still when I'm setting straps.
Right.
If we have to change before tricks, and
Okay.
pretty much as soon as I grab his reins, he knows he has to do a circle and run.
Okay.
And he knows when he gets back to that corner that he has to stop.
Sounds like you've got it all aced. I gotta tell you.
Hopefully we don't make any mistakes today.
Let's hope not. Well, here's your partner here, part of the Thriller Trick Rider, Keely. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. We're excited.
First time in Manitoba, you said?
Yes, this is my first time in Manitoba. Never been out of really Alberta for trick riding.
Well, good for you. We're happy to have you here at the fair. So, you and your horse, how long have you guys been together?
I got him in 2016, and he actually got in a wreck my first year I owned him. He broke his eye, he got kicked, and so
Okay.
we've only been trick riding for maybe 4 years together. Yeah.
So, how did you get involved? What captivated you to get into this profession?
I saw the trick riders at the Grand Prairie Stampede, and I saw pink and sparkles, and then they're upside down and they're running full throttle, and I fell in love with it ever since. And then I did my first clinic when I was 11.
Good for you. So, you're part of a team here, and obviously a good team with Shelby. So, how long have you two been together as a team?
We met in 2014, and we've been trick riding together for 2.5 years. I went away to college, and I was in Lethbridge, so we were way further apart. It was kind of hard to get together. And then I kind of took a break in between, and then we got back together, and here we are.
Good. Excellent. Well, we're happy to have you here, that's for sure. So, what's the most exciting part when you're up on that horse? Is there a particular trick that you do that you really like the most?
My favorite probably is, and a crowd favorite, is probably the suicide drag. It's when you strap your foot into this, your right foot,
Okay.
and then you bring your left foot, you hang right upside down, you bring your left foot over your head, and you run your fingers in the dirt. And that's a huge thrill. That's a really fun trick.
Sounds a little scary, to say the least. So, as far as protective equipment, like there's no helmets, there's no elbow pads, shin pads, none of that stuff. You just what you've got on.
We got shin pads, and I wear volleyball knee pads, and then wrestling shoes. But that's about it. It's mostly just our shins that get beat up. Sometimes we can wear knee braces, like Shelby wears a knee brace.
But
Any serious injuries over the course of your career?
I've had two pretty bad falls. I had a horse, you go under their neck, so you start on the left side of them, and you go right under their neck. And I was right about here, and he tripped and fell on top of me. But it was pretty minor. I only pulled some muscles in my shoulder, and I was back in the saddle 2 weeks later. And then another time I was standing up, my horse went down again. So, yeah, not fun.
Sounds a little. I guess it goes with. I guess it goes with the name Thriller Trick Riders. I guess that kind of goes hand in hand.
yeah, it does. Yeah. I tore my ACL and my MCL a couple years ago, and I just finally had surgery to fix it this fall. So this is actually my first show back since my surgery.
Well, we're happy to have you both back here, Shelby, Keely. We hopefully there's no injuries. You have a great week.
We sure hope so.
We can catch you down in the Westoba Ag Arena, or we can catch you in the main arena every night.
Yep.
So we're happy to have you here. Thanks for getting out of Alberta, come to Manitoba for a while. That's good to have you here, and thank you both for coming to the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair. I wish you a great week and injury-free. Be safe out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah, that was the Thriller Trick Riders, and I tell you, if you want to see an exciting show, you want to come down here, catch them in the Westoba Ag Arena or out in the main Westoba Arena nightly. They put on a heck of a show. You don't want to miss it.
There are plenty of horses here at the fair with all sorts of abilities, from barrel racing to hackney and show jumping. But we had the chance to check out some horses with a totally different skill, assisted learning. I'm here with Gwen and Zip at the Royal, and Gwen, can you just tell us a little bit about what kind of work does Zip do with assisted learning?
Zip's one of our equine assisted learning horses, so we use him for working with kids and adults to work on life skills developments like building confidence, working on anxiety, teamwork building skills. And we're here together with Lucky Break Ranch and E-Lead, and we have different locations around the province, and we all kind of teach these programs and work to try and help the community with horses and bring horses into their lives.
Wow, that's awesome. And so we heard a little bit about how you use the horses to help people communicate with each other. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, you can use a horse to help see how you're behaving, I guess. The horses are really good at reflecting your own behavior and how you treat others, and they react accordingly so that you can see how what you're doing is affecting others. So we can relate how the horse reacts to how the people behave through obstacle courses that are specially designed to meet specific objectives such as communication or teamwork skills. And when the horse reacts a certain way, we can talk to the people about why they think the horse reacted that way and relate it back to life and everyday life. So it's a really great learning experience. It's like instant learning. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's really cool. This year, there's an all-new batch of All-Stars in town at the Royal, the Wolf Jocks Canine All-Stars. Each performance contains elements of speed, agility, obedience, and their own special brand of comedy. Our Rick Thompson had a chance to meet our new furry friends.
Hi, Rick Thompson here at the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair down here in Salon A, and we've got a really special guest with the Wolf Jocks Canine All-Stars, and they're going to be performing nightly in the main arena, and also they'll be here in Salon A if you want to come down and have a peek and see what they've got to offer. They've got all kinds of dogs, and it's going to be a fun show. You don't want to miss it. It's only day one here at the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair, so you'll be able to get really involved and catch the Wolf Jocks here at the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair. My guest, Karen Sanford from Ontario. Karen, welcome to the Winter Fair.
Well, thank you very much. We're honored to be here.
Well, we're honored to have you. This will be your first year at the Winter Fair performing.
Yes, it is, absolutely. We are so grateful to be given this opportunity to be at the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair. It's our first time out of Ontario.
Well, it's good to have you here. And you've got a special guest here, and this would be?
This is Dizzy Miss Lizzie, and she is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is.
Doesn't talk, doesn't bark, doesn't do anything except look cute, right?
She's great with the press. Her favorite part of the show is absolutely the meet and greet that we'll be doing here in Salon A.
Oh, perfect. So let's get to it. How did you get started? I know that obviously you have to love for dogs, but
Yeah.
how did you get started? How long have you been in the business?
We've been doing this since 2004. We started off as a humble little demo team, and we have grown over the years. Now we are doing, great big shows. We're also at Canada's Wonderland. We're kind of a fixture there.
Okay.
And again, we've just made it out of our province, so we're just so thrilled to be here at the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair.
Oh, we're happy to have you. So you're the coordinator. You look after, obviously, putting the show together. Would that be correct?
Yes, me and my business partner, Brian O'Connor. So I'm, I guess, more of the front person. So I'll do the interviews, organize the team, and get them all settled. Brian is the behind-the-scenes kind of guy. He's going to be the one doing the music.
Good.
He is the one that designs all of our sets. He's the imagination behind it all. We can't do it without him.
Good to hear. So how about in the main arena? Do you host the show every night?
Yes, that'll be me on the microphone trying to
Okay.
get the crowd all riled up, cheering for the dogs.
It doesn't take much, that's for sure. How many competitors do you have? How many people involved in your show?
In our show here at the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair, we'll be bringing in 15 handlers, and I've lost count at how many dogs there are, well over 30. I mean, it's a lot of dogs, and we're switching them out daily. In total, we have well over 250 dogs on our team and 50 handlers.
Great.
Yeah.
So when you got started with this, did you ever think you'd be as big as you are today?
It had always been one of our dreams, so I just feel like it is finally coming to fruition, and yeah, this is awesome. This is a dream come true for us.
Do you handle dogs yourself, or just mainly you're the host and that's what you get involved with?
Unfortunately, in the show, I don't get an opportunity to run my dogs. However, my dogs are featured in the show, so some of our wonderful handlers will run them for me, which is great. So that was really the reason I wanted to do these shows, is because I wanted to play with my dogs, and then it's like, wow, I don't get to do it, so someone else does.
Well, I'm sure you have a great pair of dogs. What type of dogs do you have?
I have a preference to Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, as you can see, so I have two. And my saucy little black and tan will be out there running relays. He's unlike any Cavalier you've ever seen. He is very fast and spunky. I also have a thing for golden retrievers as well, the working kind. And you'll see one of them in the show. My young one, I'm just bringing out for socialization. He's not quite ready for the shows.
Not ready to get to the big show yet.
Not yet.
I see you've got all kinds of paraphernalia over here. Is that for sale for people that come in?
It is. We got our swags and souvenirs here at our show. We're hoping that our audience will come by and maybe pick up a T-shirt or a cool little collector button that we have. Yeah.
Well, why not, right?
Why not? Bring home a memory of the Wolf Jocks.
Exactly. The Wolf Jocks Canine All-Stars, all new to the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair this year. My guest, Karen Sanford, and she's full of information. Do drop by Salon A and have a quick chat with her, or catch her show in the main arena every night. They got a lot of different handlers, a lot of different dogs, so you don't want to miss it. Remember, this is only day one, the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair.
Be sure to come by and check out the Wolf Jocks Canine All-Stars, along with all the other great entertainment and events taking place here at the Keystone Center all week long. Please be sure to get to Westoba Place tonight for the evening show. There's world-class show jumping with the Gambler's Choice, heavy horses, the calf scramble, thriller trick riders, and so much more to see and do. The opening ceremonies will kick things off at 6:30 p.m., so there's still time to get to the show. That's all the time we have for today, but we will be back here tomorrow on WCGtv at 5:30 p.m. with our Day 2 coverage of the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair. I'm Marshall Littlefield, and on behalf of Rick Thompson and our entire production team, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fair. Good night.